Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach Today. I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. It is November 13th, 2023, ready to go. It's a Monday. It's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I hope you have a great one. Always lucky number 13. I know that's going to be a good day, and I hope you are having a good day out there. It is. We are ready to go today as we're going to get into this week. I've got some great things. We're mid-month right now, obviously, in our organizational system. Kind of the last real strong month. We got a couple more weeks to really push to do whatever that you're trying to close out for the year. I know we've got December. But typically, and I don't know, as I'm getting older, it seems like more and more people, the holiday comes sooner and sooner, so people kind of really cut out last couple weeks of December. So we got 3-4 weeks of real good work that we can get some things done as far as within your business and things that you're working on. Outside of that, we can get a lot done, and then we're going to as we start organizing next year. And that's what I want you to be thinking about as we get going. Obviously, it's Monday, organizational day, so what do? First of all, we want to have the proper perspective. These are our 7 Ps, right? We want to set those daily priorities. We go over this a lot, but it's very important. I'll talk about why, and I'm here in a minute. We want to focus on improved performance, always have patience, keep great posture, stay present, and persist. We need to do that on a daily basis as we get our week started. The big thing I want you to be thinking about is your 2024 mission. And remember, in our planning outside the Sacred Six book, where we really went into this life mission, and I've been discussing that the last couple of weeks, for me, how it's like giving everything away to animals, creating nonprofits, and working all that behind the scenes. But what I want you to be thinking about is your, not only that big mission, which comes over time, but the mission for next year. What do we want to accomplish? That's what I want you to be thinking about next couple weeks, because it's going to be what we build off of. So what do you really want to do? And I've got a million different directions I want to go. And so I'm really trying to hone in some focus on what it is that I'm trying to establish, whether it's a business, kind of going on to do some new things. And I'm going to talk about a card that I pulled today that I use sometimes to kind of open my mind up. We'll have some fun in a minute with that. This week, of course, I mentioned we've got a big week planned. It is mid-month, but we're going to be talking about victim mentality today, what that means and how we get past that. And really, I'll give you a secret. It's our past does not equal our future, but we'll get into that in a minute. Tomorrow, we're going to continue with Risk Forward with Victoria and really rock that book. I've got some other great points, and we're also going to do an interview with V, so that'll be coming up next week. I'm excited about sharing that with you. Wednesday, we've got understanding execution and follow through, something that's really important, and how you can continue to do that. 11/16, which is a Thursday, coming up. We got to ask JB. We're going to talk a little bit about seasonal depression. I know we've got everybody all over the world, something we're dealing with here in the Midwest, not in Florida right now, but it's something that people, when it gets gray out, sometimes people get depressed, and we've been getting some emails on that, so I wanted to handle that on Thursday. Friday, we got a good one, overcoming financial mistakes and going after it more aggressively. How do you do that if things aren't working 100% financially? It's our Freedom and Fulfillment Day. Saturday, we got a good one. Dr. Paul's going to talk about taurine, what it is and what it does to you. What is this big thing about taurine? Dr. Paul's been giving some great content. Hope you're enjoying that. And I know that I'm excited about listening to that. Sunday, we've got having faith in the process after something negative. And we're going to try to keep the positive out there. But what do we do when something negative does occur? How do we overcome that? We're going to talk about it Sunday. And of course, on Sundays, something new that we're reminding you is to go in your planner and do a little bit of a weekend review. You can do it on Sunday or Monday. You could do it this morning, but within your planner, you're going to find that in-week review. And if you want just the pages of that, let me know. Hit me up at info@morningcoach.com so that way you could just have the pages if you're using your own system. As you know, our systems are really based on you individually and focused on, building things for you individually so that you are using the tools, but they don't have to be specifically our tools. So if you want to create some type of weekend review, I'll remind you on Sundays from now on the Coachcast when you come on to, hey, let's look at how the week went. Or if you want to do that this morning, you're more than welcome to. I personally do it on Sunday. All right, let's get into this week or today. We're talking about what is victim mentality as we organize. And basically, I mentioned earlier, what that means is our past does not equal our future. And I think it's really important to understand that concept, because we get into this idea that things that have happened to us in the past, are what's going to happen to us again. And the truth is that we wake up today, or we woke up today, and we have the ability to really change our future. If you've been with me for years, I'm a metaphysician. Metaphysics is my background, and metaphysics is a study of being. Why are we here? Kind of the relativity of time. And as you delve into that more, and you delve into the psychology of time, and you understand time, you realize time's pretty much fictional. Doesn't mean that the future doesn't exist. It's going to occur, but it's going to occur as a moment, right? And we're in that moment. And this is very deep, and to understand this, you kind of really got to step back in consciousness. But the past is not real in a sense that it's real, but it's what we make of it. It's a perception of it. Okay, it's electricity in our mind. It's there. It occurred, right? But it's the way that you think about the past is really critical, that you understand that. If me and you both look at a painting right now, right? We go and look at a painting and then leave. And we go, let's say we go to a museum, we see one painting. We're going to go see the Mona Lisa, for example. We go see the Mona Lisa in the Louvre. And we go together, me and you, we're together. We go down there, we go to the Louvre. And then after we go to lunch, and we're having a discussion about the past, which means we went and saw the Mona Lisa. And I say, gosh, it was tiny. I can't believe I had to stand 100 people back to look at that picture. I don't understand the dynamics of it. And you're going, but it was awesome. Wow, I've been waiting my entire life to see the Mona Lisa. It's a piece of art. It's this wonderful thing. Me and you both have a different perception of the past. Now, as you're telling me this is what's crazy about the past, right? As you're telling me this, like, wow, didn't you see how awesome it was? Didn't you see what was really cool? And I'm kind of cynical. But you're starting to change my mindset. You're starting to sell me a little bit, right? And I'm like, wow, you know what? It was kind of cool. Wow, why didn't I enjoy that moment more? Now, all of a sudden, I'm starting to go, wow, that was pretty cool. And my whole past changed. My whole perception of the past changed, because the way that I started to see it, I saw it differently with your guidance. And a lot of times that's what happens to many of us, is that we're guided in a direction of our past. And for so many people, they believe their past is going to be their future when they don't really realize what it is. That the reality of it did occur, but it's what your perception of it is. And so we've got to understand that as we go forward, and understand that's what victim mentality really is you're taking on this victim role that, wow, these things have happened to me, or this has happened to me in the past, and it doesn't allow me to move forward in the future. And it's really a hindrance to growth. Are there victims? Of course. There are people that have been sexually abused, violently abused. I mean, there are victims all the times occurring. I've mentioned this many times. As much as I'm a peace, love, and happiness person, there are evil people in the world, and we're trying to change the consciousness and really manifest new energy. But the truth is, yes, there are people that are victims. So it's not that I'm sitting here going, okay, because you're taking on this mentality, you are not a victim. That's not true. That's not true. And in some sense, we all have had issues in the past. Some people a lot more than others. What I'm saying is that past does not equal the future. You can evolve beyond that, beyond the wounds that have brought you to where you are. In fact, everything you've gone through is making you who you are. It's what you've done. So when I say moving past victim mentality, what we're talking about is understanding the past does not equal the future. Does that make sense? And if we get into the future, then the future really is non-existent. It will happen, but it'll be this continuum of this moment. And these are very deep concepts, a little bit too deep for Monday, but it's okay. You need to kind of understand that, because it allows you to kind of settle into your priorities. Because you can start to realize, okay, the past doesn't equal the future, and the future really isn't here yet. What do I need to work on today to make today great? And that's why priorities are critical. We'll get into that in a minute, but it does make sense when you step back and go, okay, this is where I need to solidify my organizational process is today. I can't do it in the future, and I can't worry about the past. All I can worry about is, what can I do today? I got a young girl here in town that struggles a lot with her academics and depression. And she's gone to every therapist and done everything she could to kind of get herself, kind of motivated. But what she's really working on is, I taught her the whiteboard process, where, hey, it's Monday, let's clean the whiteboard, write down what you need to do and what can you focus on today. It's just a prioritization. It's a strategy, as we talked about last week. What is strategy? Strategy is just prioritizing. So having that clean whiteboard and starting over and being able to say, okay, these are the things I can get done is really all you can do. You can't go backwards and look at all the stuff you didn't do, and you can't go forward and say, okay, I'm going to do this. All you can do is, hey, this is a structure of what I'm going to do. And you work that a couple days, and guess what you got to do? You got to clean the board again, and you got to start again. That's just life, okay? So understanding that really gets us past this like, woe is me, and to a productive state. And that's what Morning Coach is about. That's why it's so important you come here, because we've got to get you in a productive state. Okay, I want to share with you a card that I pulled, which was really interesting. I play around with tarot once in a while from a mental perspective, not a divinity perspective. I'm not looking for the future or the past. I'm looking for new ways to think. So a lot of times I'll open up a card and I'll say, okay, this morning, what do I want to do? What do I want to focus on? And so I want to share with you the Fool. The Fool is a 0 card. I've never pulled it before, and I pulled it today. And the Fool embarks on a new journey, leaving the past behind, carrying with him only the lessons learned and the curiosity to begin again. So the idea was, it was great with victim mentality that here you are ready to embark on a new journey, leaving the past behind, carrying only the lessons learned and the curiosity to begin again. I love that card. Never pulled it before, but I love it because it works with today. It means new beginnings and freedoms. So each card carries the energy of the ones that come before, beginning with the Fool, who carries the energy of 0, a symbol that contains everything and nothing at the same time. The Fool progresses through the lessons and events shown in each card, but maturating, you can see he's having fun. The Fool looks back to a bright yellow sky with the sun to his back and blissfully unaware that he is about to walk off a cliff. Carrying only a bindle and a white rose, he is innocent and free of life's burdens. How perfect is that with this idea? He's ready to take on whatever may come his way, with arms outstretched, suggesting openness to new possibilities without fear or failure. Small dog prances along the side of Fool, tempting to alert him of the dangers of the cliff that he's headed towards. But this is the path of unfolding consciousness, a symbol of the Fool's willingness to meet life's challenges in order to make progress. And I love that. So it's just this idea that we're ready for new beginnings. We're ready to embark on a new journey, leaving the past behind, carrying with you only the lessons learned and the curiosity to begin again. So this is where your adventure begins. The Fool knows he's on the right path, even if he does not know where it will lead. Be willing to take a risk with the knowledge that every big leap forward may have its pitfalls, and the setbacks are lessons that will guide you on your journey. Your intuition will always be by your side, much like the little dog who walks with the Fool. Tune into its guidance and heed its messages as your own path to expanded consciousness unfolds. I love that, and I really feel that that's kind of where we're at today as we get ready to start 2024. It's, embark with the Fool card, right? And you feel that Fool card, that energy, that new beginning, that fresh start, that idea that you can embark on leaving the past behind, only the lessons that have learned, new beginnings and freedom. You can move forward with that 0 card, the Fool. Okay, so we can all make excuses. We can all make excuses. That's what victim mentality does. We make excuses. But what we've got to do is we got to focus on today. And what do? We focus on today trying something new. Understanding our priorities. Again, stepping back as a Fool. New adventures. How do you do a new adventure? You take a step forward. How do you take a step forward? You prioritize that step. Clear the whiteboard off. And start with whatever you could do today to move forward. We talk about serendipity, fortuitous happenstance. This is how life works. This is why priorities are critical. This is why understanding what your weakness and your strengths are. My weakness, the thing that gets me in trouble the most, is my night. Why? Because I don't have that real solid routine. I'm working on it. Working on more meditation at night, getting to bed by midnight. These are the things that I need to do. My weakness is that. My strength is my morning. Why? Because I've got Morning Coach. Because I'm into the system. I'm using the planner. I do my priorities. I'm strong. So I'm doing great. I'm prioritizing. And what I got to get better at is Evening Coach, right? My night stuff. And I'm working on that. I'm working on know what I need to work on. Because why? I'm with the Fool. I'm with the Fool today. I'm ready to do some exciting things. I'm ready to do some adventurous things by stepping off that cliff with all I have. All I have is the knowledge of the past, all the lessons I've learned, right? And it's not who I am. I'm not a victim. It's what I can achieve. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm stepping off that cliff, doing some great things, working a plan, but recognizing that the past does not equal the future. I need to prioritize. I need to buy into a system. I need to do it daily. And that's why I'm doing Morning Coach right with you, because I need it as much as you do. All right, so let's get out there and have a fantastic day. You know somebody that needs to get involved with this program, please have them send an email to info@morningcoach.com or send them over morningcoach.com. It's time to make a difference in the world. And so we got to get the message out to Morning Coach and what this system is about. It's about productivity, organization, planning, and making the world a better place. So let's go do it today. All right, I love you. We'll see you tomorrow right here as we're getting into our book study on Risk Forward. Man, all this is just coming together perfectly. Have a great one.